Welcome back to the Coin Lover and Treasure Hunter. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare and valuable U.S. coins. Did you know that a simple old penny in your pocket could be worth big money? In this video, we'll take a close look at some of the most valuable Lincoln Wheat Penny coins, including the 1925, 1946, and 1947 wheat cents from the United States of America. I'll show you what makes these pennies special, how to identify rare features, and why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. So grab your coin collection, sit back, and let's uncover which Lincoln Wheat Pennies could change your life. Let's get started. First up, the Lincoln Wheat Penny from the year 1925 without mint mark is a coin made in the United States of America at the Philadelphia Mint because coins without a mint mark in that year came from Philadelphia, and this coin is part of the famous Lincoln Cent series that started in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, and the design was created by Victor David Brenner with Lincoln's portrait on the front and two wheat ears on the back, symbolizing prosperity, agriculture, and national strength. And collectors all over the world study this coin because it represents an important period in American history during the early 20th century when the country was growing industrially and socially, and the Wheat Penny series itself has become one of the most collected coin types ever made. The year 1925 is considered a mid-range date in the Lincoln Wheat Penny series, meaning it is not extremely rare, but also not extremely common in high-grade condition, and millions of these coins were produced during that year, yet most entered heavy circulation and were used for everyday purchases such as bread, newspapers, and transportation, which means finding one today in uncirculated condition is special because it survived without wear and kept its original sharp details, strong lettering, and clear design elements. An uncirculated 1925 Lincoln Wheat Penny is defined as a coin that shows no signs of wear from circulation, and this means that all the high points of Lincoln's hair, cheek, and coat remain fully detailed, and the wheat ears on the reverse side appear bold and complete, and the coin may show original mint luster, which is a natural shine created during the striking process, and this luster moves like light across the surface when the coin is tilted, and this quality is highly valued by collectors. When discussing value, the condition of the coin is the most important factor, and a 1925 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark in average circulated condition may only be worth a small amount, but in uncirculated condition the value increases significantly, and depending on the exact grade such as Mint State 60, Mint State 63, or Mint State 65, the value can range from around $10 to over $100, with higher-end examples showing strong luster, minimal marks, and excellent eye appeal commanding the highest prices. Professional grading services play a major role in determining the market value of this coin, and organizations like PCGS and NGC examine the coin under magnification to assign an official grade, and once graded and sealed in a holder, the coin becomes easier to sell, trade, or insure because buyers trust the grade and authenticity, and for a 1925 uncirculated Lincoln Wheat Penny, having a certified grade can greatly improve its desirability, especially for serious collectors building high-quality sets. The metal composition of the 1925 Lincoln Wheat Penny is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which gives the coin its classic reddish-brown color, and over time copper coins can tone into different shades, and uncirculated examples may appear red-brown or brown, and coins that retain more of their original red color are often more valuable because they are closer to the way the coin looked when it left the mint. Historical context also adds interest to this coin because in 1925 the United States was experiencing the Roaring Twenties, a time of economic growth, cultural change, and technological advancement, and this penny circulated during an era of jazz music, early automobiles, and expanding cities, and holding an uncirculated example today is like holding a small untouched piece of that era preserved through time, which adds emotional and historical value beyond just the monetary worth. Collectors often include the 1925 Philadelphia Wheat Penny in complete date and mint mark sets, and while it is not the key date of the series, it is still essential, and finding one in uncirculated condition can be challenging because many were melted, damaged, or worn down over decades, and this makes high-grade survivors more scarce than the original mintage numbers might suggest, which supports steady demand in the coin market. Proper storage is important to maintain the value of an uncirculated 1925 Wheat Penny, and collectors should keep the coin in a protective holder away from moisture, heat, and direct sunlight, and avoid touching the surface with bare fingers because oils can damage the copper and reduce its grade, and long-term preservation helps ensure the coin keeps its luster, color, and market value for future generations. In conclusion, the Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1925, without mint mark in uncirculated condition, is a desirable collectible with historical significance, solid market demand, and respectable value, and while it may not make someone instantly rich, it represents an excellent example of classic American coinage, and for collectors, investors, and history lovers alike, this coin offers beauty, heritage, and a tangible connection to the past, making it a worthy addition to any serious United States coin collection. Next up, the Lincoln Wheat Penny, dated 1946, with no mint mark, produced in the United States of America, and this coin represents a very important transition period in American numismatic history because it was struck just after the end of the Second World War, and it carries strong historical, emotional, and collectible value for collectors, investors, and history lovers who want to understand why this simple copper coin still attracts attention even decades later, and why uncirculated examples are especially respected in the coin collecting world for their original surface luster, sharp details, and untouched appearance that reflects how the coin looked the moment it left the mint. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on coins during that era, and millions of these coins were struck to meet the growing demand for everyday commerce in a rapidly recovering American economy, and the composition returned to the traditional bronze alloy after wartime steel cents, making this issue symbolic of stability and normalcy, and collectors often see this year as a bridge between wartime scarcity and post-war growth, which adds depth and story to the coin beyond its face value. In uncirculated condition, this coin shows no wear on Lincoln's cheek, jaw, or coat, and the wheat ears on the reverse remain bold and fully defined with original mint luster flowing across the surfaces when tilted under light, and this condition means the coin never entered circulation and avoided contact damage, which is extremely important for value because even minor friction can significantly reduce desirability, and certified grading services often assign grades like Mint State 60 to Mint State 65 or higher, which directly influences market worth and collector demand. When discussing value, it is important to understand that a 1946 wheat penny without mint mark in uncirculated condition is not considered rare, but it is very collectible, and prices generally range from a few units of currency for lower mint state examples to higher amounts for coins with exceptional strike quality. Color and eye appeal, and red color specimens are especially valued because they retain the original copper brilliance, and such coins can be worth many times more than circulated examples, making condition the single most important factor in determining worth. The design of this coin was created by Victor David Brenner and features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which was first introduced in 1909, and the reverse displays two wheat ears symbolizing national prosperity and unity, and by 1946 this design had already become iconic and familiar to Americans, and today it represents one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history, and collectors appreciate the continuity and tradition embodied in this piece, especially when preserved in uncirculated state. From an investment perspective, the 1946 wheat penny without mint mark is considered a stable entry-level collectible rather than a high-risk speculative asset, and many collectors subscribe to the philosophy of building complete date sets or high-grade type collections, and this coin fits perfectly into those goals, and long-term value growth is driven by collector demand, historical significance, and gradual attrition of high-grade examples, and while it may not bring instant wealth, it offers steady appreciation and educational value. Authentication and grading are essential topics for collectors, and professional grading services help confirm originality, condition, and market trust, and many collectors choose to submit uncirculated examples for encapsulation to protect the coin from environmental damage and handling, and this also improves liquidity when selling because buyers feel confident in certified grades, and this practice has become a standard subscription-like approach in modern numismatics, where collectors continuously upgrade and refine their collections over time. Storage and care play a critical role in preserving uncirculated wheat pennies, and proper holders, climate control, and minimal handling ensure that the coin retains its original surfaces and color, and exposure to moisture, oils, or air pollutants can cause toning or corrosion, which reduces value, and knowledgeable collectors treat these coins as historical artifacts rather than simple objects, and this mindset separates serious numismatists from casual accumulators. The cultural impact of the Lincoln Wheat Penny extends far beyond collectors because it is often the first old coin people discover in jars, drawers, or family collections, and the 1946 issue connects generations, linking wartime sacrifice with post-war hope, and this emotional connection drives continued interest and ensures that even common-date uncirculated examples remain desirable and relevant in the modern collecting community. In conclusion, the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark in uncirculated condition represents history, artistry, and stability, and while it may appear modest, its value lies in preservation, story, and enduring demand, and for collectors, educators, investors, and content creators, this coin provides endless discussion potential and serves as a perfect example of how everyday objects can become meaningful collectibles when viewed through the lens of history, condition, and long-term appreciation. Next, the Lincoln Wheat Penny from the year 1947 with no mint mark, which means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint in the United States of America, and this coin is part of one of the most famous and most collected coin series in American history, the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which began in 1909 and ended in 1958, and the 1947 Wheat Penny is especially interesting because it was produced shortly after the end of World War II during a time when the American economy was transitioning from wartime production to peacetime prosperity, and millions of these coins were struck to meet the growing demand for everyday commerce as people returned to normal life and began spending again in stores, markets, and local businesses. The obverse side of the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny features the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, and this was the first time in United States coinage history that a real person appeared on a circulating coin, which made the Lincoln cent revolutionary when it was first introduced, and on the 1947 version the details of Lincoln's hair, cheekbone, jawline, and coat can appear extremely sharp in uncirculated condition, and the date 1947, along with the word liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust" are all clearly visible and bold when the coin has not been worn by circulation. The reverse side of the coin shows the iconic wheat ears design with two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, and this design symbolizes agricultural strength, prosperity, and national unity, and on an uncirculated 1947 wheat penny the wheat lines are crisp and full with no flattening, and the lettering appears raised and clean, and the fields between the design elements show original mint luster, which is a glowing, shiny surface that collectors highly value and look for when determining condition and authenticity. The 1947 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck in very large numbers with over 190 million coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and because of this high mintage the coin is generally considered common in circulated grades. However, in true uncirculated condition, especially with strong luster and no contact marks, the coin becomes much more desirable to collectors who seek high-grade examples. For album sets and long-term investment purposes, and uncirculated coins are those that were never used in daily transactions and never experienced wear from handling or circulation. In terms of composition, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which gives the coin its classic reddish-brown appearance, and over time, depending on storage and environment, the color can range from red to red-brown to brown, and collectors place the highest premium on coins that retain their original red color, since this indicates minimal exposure to air, moisture, and handling, and uncirculated red examples are the most valuable within this date and mint category. When discussing value, it is important to understand that coin prices depend heavily on condition, color, and grading, and a 1947 wheat penny with no mint mark in circulated condition may only be worth a few cents above face value, but in uncirculated brown condition it may be worth around $1 to $2, while an uncirculated red-brown example may reach $3 to $5, and a fully red, uncirculated specimen, professionally graded by a major grading service, could range from $10 to $30 or more depending on the grade, such as MS-65 or higher. There are no major rare varieties or double die errors known for the standard 1947 Philadelphia wheat penny. However, collectors should still inspect coins carefully for off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual die cracks, which can add premium value, and error coins are highly sought after in the numismatic market because they represent unique moments in the minting process, and even a common date like 1947 can become valuable if it exhibits a dramatic and verified mint error. For collectors interested in building a complete Lincoln Wheat Penny collection, the 1947 no mint mark cent serves as an important post-war issue and is often used as a benchmark coin to learn grading standards because it is affordable, widely available, and visually attractive in higher grades, and many beginner and advanced collectors alike seek out high-quality examples to upgrade their sets and learn how to identify true mint state luster versus cleaned or altered surfaces. Proper storage is essential for preserving the value of an uncirculated 1947 wheat penny, and coins should be kept in a cool, dry environment away from humidity, fingerprints, and direct sunlight, and the best storage options include Mylar flips, acid-free cardboard holders, or hard plastic coin capsules, and collectors should avoid cleaning the coin under any circumstances because cleaning can permanently damage the surface, remove original luster, and drastically reduce collector value even if the coin appears shinier afterward. In conclusion, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark in uncirculated condition represents a beautiful piece of American history combining post-war heritage, classic design, and solid collector demand. And while it may not be a rare coin, its appeal lies in its condition, color, and historical context, making it a meaningful addition to any coin collection and a great educational piece for collectors, viewers, and history enthusiasts who appreciate the story behind everyday objects that once passed through countless hands during a transformative era of the United States of America. Thanks for watching.